What are the 4 types of introvert? Introversion nowadays has become a successful talk of the world. It was a very misunderstood personality trait once. Now, it is the subject of many psychologists, the subject of articles and books. Introverts are commonly defined as the ones who are not extroverts. So, according to this definition, if extroverts thrive in a highly stimulative social society, then introverts are the opposite of them. But what an introvert does never factored in. This problem was officially addressed in 1980 when this definition of introvert does not match with the scientific one. Scientists interviewed different introverts and reached the conclusion that there are actually 4 types of introverts: social, thinking, restrained, and anxious, and many of them contained all 4 of these types. The common principle of these 4 types while interviewing more than 500 adults was a tendency to turn inwards instead of outwards. It gets more complicated beyond that. In this video, we will talk about what introversion is. We will also discuss what the 4 types of introverts are and what their signs are. Before moving further, kindly like this video and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out upcoming amazing videos. So here is a brief description of 4 types of introverts. Number 1. Social introverts. The first type of introvert is the social introvert. They're often taken as shy and timid in social gatherings, but there is a little truth in it. The case is just the other way around. Their likings are different from most other social people. They like to stay mostly home, spending time alone. They just prefer being alone. Secondly, they only go out with few close friends rather than a party at a huge gathering. The comfort zone of everyone is different from others. This does not necessarily mean that being in a crowd triggers one's anxiety. Maybe one finds pleasure with his nose in the books and choosing to stay at home. They would go to great lengths to ensure that they have the time to themselves that they will need. However, if they do socialize, it would be with a small group of peers. A social introvert prefers to live this way because they enjoy their own company and become emotionally exhausted if they are in the company of others for too long. Social introversion is a personality trait that is often mistaken for aloofness or indifference. So, if you're one of the social introvert types, then you have to embrace your introverted nature. There is no need to overexert at a gathering just to make someone else happy. You should always spend some time away after long day events from all the noise. The people who accept you the way you are, keep close to them and stay in touch with them. That is, your family or few best friends. Number 2. Thinking introverts. The second type of introversion is the thinking introverts. In this type of introversion, one could always be found in deep thoughts, analyzing oneself and wondering about life. They, as thinking introverts, actually do not mind the presence of people around them and do not avoid social gatherings. The introspective personality is very self-aware. They are skilled at analyzing social dynamics and are acutely aware of how their presence affects a situation. These types of introverts have a very rich inner life, especially after watching a movie, reading a book, or encountering something interesting or different. They have their own believed world. Hence, you can always find them in a dreamy imagination. If you're one of these types, then you should develop a schedule in order to pursue your hobbies and spare time to reflect upon your thoughts. People with this type of introversion have natural leverage on their strengths, and they can pursue their career in this field. But you should be aware of that. Do not lose touch with reality by staying in deep thoughts. Build meaningful relationships that will keep you inspired. Wait a minute, have you subscribed yet? If not, please subscribe to it now, as we have all the exciting and most amazing videos for you right in one place. Let's get back to the video now. Number 3. Anxious introverts. The third type of introversion is the anxious introverts. They're actually the opposite of social introverts. They most often avoid social interactions and large gatherings, especially unfamiliar ones. They have isolated themselves to stay away from the spotlight. They feel anxiousness, awkwardness, and self-consciousness when among people because they do not feel confident about their social skills. They do not feel comfortable between people. Even staying alone in isolation does not let them stop thinking about it, as they continuously think about what would have happened and how things could have been different. They will often refuse invitation to events, not just because they choose their own company, but they're also well aware of the high level of anxiety that being in a company of others would cause them. This form of introvert is prone to be trapped in a rut. They will protect their future encounters based on past interactions, resulting in a low self-esteem mentality. If you are one of these types of an introvert, then you should try to make notes of things and situations that make you anxious and try to find and read solutions to cater and manage your anxiety. Exercise and a balanced diet can make their situation better. They should open up to their problems to close friends and family, as they will help them, and try to seek professional services. But remember, one thing, that in the end, things will be alright. Number 4. Restrained introverts. The fourth and the last type of introversion is the restrained introvert. These introverts are to be found of think before you speak type. They need time to gather their energy and act accordingly. For instance, they do not feel energetic at a very moment they wake up in the morning. Rather, they take some time to warm them up, observe before speaking or acting, and gather their thoughts. Hence, they pretend to shy from most of the situations, but in reality, they are very careful about making decisions, and they always take calculated risks. Although most of them enjoy socializing, they are generally very cautious about whom they open up to, preferring to save the majority of their vulnerability to those who have won their confidence. A restrained introvert can seem enigmatic as a result of this. However, they are actually taking a backseat and watching before taking action. They always think before they talk, and once you win their confidence, you can count on it for a long time. So, if you are one of the restrained introverts, then you should spend more time in bed in the morning to warm up instead of acting in the hustle and bustle, messing things up. You should find ways to release stress at the end of the day. A cup of tea and isolation may be of great help. Organize your thoughts and take your time to do that while speaking. Slow down, take pauses and deep breaths when in a conversation, and try to avoid isolation from close friends and family. As we have discussed the 4 types of introversion, there are signs and tips for self-care. Now, you can easily identify the type of introversion in which you fall. You can take measures to improve yourself and seize the day. Remember one thing, whatever may happen, you should embrace yourself and your introversion and learn to be comfortable with your introversion. I hope that you'll find this video to your valuable advantage, and it might help you in different ways. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, do like and subscribe, and don't forget to give comments and provide us with your valuable feedback. Plus, you want to suggest us a topic for our next video? Feel free to tell us. See you in the next video, and until then, thanks for watching.